Let's talk some sports, baby.
Taken by Iguodala. Iguodala to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by Jordan.
And remember, make tomorrow better than today and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby.
All right, guys, let's stay in the NFL and visit Chris Jones and the Chiefs. Not long after getting a big check, Jones wrote an even bigger check with his mouth this week. Appearing on KCSP 610 in Kansas City, Jones channeled his inner Miami Heat LeBron and promised not one, not two, not three rings, but at least 5 to the hometown team. Tyreek Hill went on First Take afterwards and upped the ante even more, claiming this iteration of the Chiefs had 7 rings of them coming up. Hill must be pretty feeling froggy after watching The Last Dance, claiming that they're chasing Jordan. So, Drink, some lofty expectations, right? Seems they've got a good shot as any at the next dynasty, but 5 to 7, what do you think?
Not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. Yeah, that's right, 8. Listen, I don't know what they drinking in Kansas City, but let me tell you what, that's some good stuff right there. That's some good stuff.
Super Bowl Kool-Aid.
Yeah, Super Bowl Kool-Aid, and it got extra sugar. Holler at your boy. Listen, here's the deal. Everybody's feeling good right now. That's what it is. Everybody feeling good. What this shows is, very rarely do we see happy teams. We might see happy individuals, but do we see a lot of happy teams? I think right now, Kansas City is just a happy team. You think about everything you heard from all the players out of that franchise has been pretty positive. You done heard Mahomes talk, it was positive. Chris Jones talking out, positive. Tyreek Hill talk, positive. Sammy Watkins said something not too long ago, positive. You're not hearing a whole lot of negative energy coming out of the Chiefs. To me, that is a testament to the ownership, the GM. On down the line until you get down to those bottom players. I don't necessarily, think they're wrong for thinking that, but you do play the game of football and you do play on the highest level it is. And with that said, ain't no way in hell you can possibly win that many championships in a row. Jay rolled out some numbers for me earlier. And just thinking about those numbers, one thing he said that was very wrong, very true to me is it took the Patriots 20 years to win 6. And when we say Tom Brady the GOAT, so with that said, it's like, what are we talking about here? I mean, they feeling themselves, and as they should. Now, do I see them winning maybe 2 more? Like, if you want to say consecutively, like, could they do a 3-peat or something along that line? Absolutely. I could see that. They sign back. Just think about this. When the last time you seen a team win the Super Bowl and bring back the whole team? They literally signed the whole team back. Their 2 biggest pieces this offseason was Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones. They went out and got both of them done. So that tells you right there, they're heading the right direction, but he was just feeling himself. I like it. I like the confidence. I don't believe it. They can't even do this in basketball. You gonna do it in football? All right then. Maybe you know something we don't. It's time to get them drug tests out. But
yeah.
I like the positive attitude. I like the positive vibe around Kansas City in general. But I just think Tyreek Hill and Chris Jones and even Patrick Mahomes, they all feeling themselves. Now Jay made a good point. If this had been Patrick Mahomes out here feeling himself, he got the right to. He really do. I got that. But at the end of the game, this game is too hard, folks. It's too hard. You can't do it. I mean, you can do it, but it's very hard. You can't. You gotta let it work itself out. You can't be out here talking about not 5, not 6, not 7. You can pull that in the NBA. You can't be pulling that in the NFL. You better be over here talking about not 2, not maybe 3 with a little possibility. Like, that's what you need to be saying. We hope everybody can make it through the season healthy. Shouts out to Andy Reid. Like, well, that's what you need to be saying. But listen, they was confident. I give them an A on that. But yeah, I believe this about as much as I believe I'm gonna win. Not 5, not 6, not 7 championships. So that's my standpoint on that, man.
It's pretty interesting how one of the things I think we all initially thought of was the Miami Heat when LeBron and Chris Bosh joined up with D Wade and they had their opening ceremony thing where they said not 2, not 3, not 4, whatever, if we recall, they only even stuck together for 4 years and they won 2. So, and basketball, and I was telling Drink this earlier, talent drives winning in basketball more than any other team sport. Football, I mean, we know coaching has a whole lot to do with this, and that's where the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick thing comes into play, and that level of continuity. I don't know how many more seasons Andy Reid will have in him. I do think the Chiefs, they're in good position right now to build on this success. But think about the thin line between winning and losing in the NFL. The Chiefs could very well be sitting on this could very well have been their second Super Bowl had it not been for one offsides penalty from Dee Ford. Haven't forgotten that. These type of things can happen in any season. Think about the Patriots. They've had some, whether it's a helmet catch, whether it's a drop by Wes Welker, you throw in a little Philly special. These type of things happen. And yes, 20 years for the Patriots, that's the gold standard for dynasties. And oh, by the way, the Patriots and Steelers, they got the most Super Bowl championships in the history of Super Bowls. And they're both at 6. And the Chiefs are going to get 7, so they say, or so Tyreek Hill says. I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused about Tyreek Hill when he says we're chasing Jordan. Tyreek, it's football, right? It's football. Just want to throw that out there. Yeah, I don't know. Are you chasing? Maybe should you chase Jerry Rice? Maybe. I don't know. That's just a detail.
I'm assuming he's saying he's chasing greatness is what I'm assuming. But I do get what you're saying. Stick with the GOAT in your sport rather than the GOAT in another sport.
I would chase Jerry. I mean, Tyreek Hill. We know how fast you are. You can chase down everybody. But I'd go after the wide receivers. I would also say, in Chris Jones and Tyreek Hill, they want to make these claims that, to me, that I think they're a bit outrageous. But if you want to say them, go ahead. But keep in mind this is only adding pressure. And if there's anybody that can face this pressure and live up to it, it would be Patrick Mahomes. But these are checks that he's going to have to cash. The Chiefs' success moving forward, as it was last season, as it was the year before last season, will be mostly dependent on how he plays. And he's very capable of doing so. But, again, the line is so thin. When Patrick Mahomes initially signed his big extension, I was at 3 Super Bowls. I said, he gets 3. That's where I'm at. Think about all the quarterbacks that are sitting on 1, maybe look at 2. Look at this. Aaron Rodgers, 1 Super Bowl. Drew Brees, 1 Super Bowl. I mean, Peyton Manning, it took, a historically great defense to drag almost the remains of him to the finish line. And you're going to win 5, 6, and 7. I'm not with that. I'll give him 3, though.
It's about Tyreek Hill chasing guys. There was a social media video where 46-year-old Terrell Owens outran him with a little bit of a head start. He can't catch everybody. He can't catch everybody, it appears. Yeah. But in other news, so one of the things that – I think the Chiefs in the short term have a lot of reasons to be very optimistic, right? When we talked about the Patrick Mahomes extension, we did talk about how it did keep the last 2 years of his current deal, and he's a very team-friendly $5 million hit and then a $24 million hit next year, both well below what you should be paying for Mahomes. So this allowed them to ink Chris Jones as well as keep Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, etc. So assuming that defense doesn't fall off much, and by the way, they can't fall off much since KC trailed in almost every game in the playoffs, but if they can keep that defense there or even make it a little better, there's no reason to think they won't be in the next couple AFC championships, barring some kind of major injury, right, for the next probably 3 years. But then after that, guys, it really comes down to this front office. They have to nail everything. Like you said, we've seen great quarterbacks with subpar front offices. Where Aaron Rodgers, they wouldn't go and shop anywhere but the budget mall for his players, and like what the Indianapolis did to Andrew Luck, who could have won a couple of Super Bowls, and it's so hard because you have to nail everything. And only really in the last 20 years has New England been the only team that's done that, sustained that kind of success to be able to win Super Bowls. Not just maintain a good team, but to maintain a team that will be in the Super Bowl year in and year out. Not many teams do it. You have to have that savvy decision making. You have to have home run drafts. You can't just get a pick or two here and there. You don't just trip over a Patrick Mahomes and then, we're winning 2 Super Bowls. No. You got to nail every pick. That 4th round pick from West Coast Central Tech, that better be a good one. I mean, it goes down the list, You can't just sign anyone in free agency. You can't just walk in there and spin like the Jaguars or somebody do. Like, you got to start actually looking at how this is going to work. You got to nail who you get, and you can't just go compete for whoever you want. The NFL is so based in parity in the draft system with the reverse draft order and the salary caps. It is designed against you. The whole system is rigged against you for multiple years, and this is kind of how it's supposed to go. So we'll see how it plays out. I mean, for now, the Chiefs are the Super Bowl favorites going into the year. They're 5 or 6 to 1 in Vegas, depending on who you look at. And again, only in the last 22 seasons, though, let's keep this in mind too. Only the Denver Broncos in 98-99 and the Patriots in 04-05 have repeated back-to-back years. So 5 to 7 rings in 10 years, that'd be pretty unheard of, even by the metrics we have now. So the records are meant to be broken.
Got a couple, a couple more points. Think about the Seattle Seahawks of not too long ago. Feeling good. They had just annihilated the league's best offense that I've ever seen. Peyton Manning's 55 touchdown season. Beat them down 43-8. They come back next season. They get to the Super Bowl, feeling good once again. And one very subpar play call derailed what could have been a dynasty. And we ain't heard from them since on that level. They've been fighting uphill ever since. Also, think about this: Kansas City's not alone. When you talk about competing in this AFC, Baltimore is right there, neck and neck with them. I would imagine some of those guys are paying attention to this. And I'm telling you, if Lamar Jackson, if this guy comes out a little bit more refined, throwing the football from the pocket. Look out, KC, because Baltimore, we talk about that is a strong team. We talk about Kansas City. Defensively, they improved. There's still holes. There's still holes on that defense. Baltimore is stout everywhere. I mean,
they brought almost that whole team back, and that draft. Remember, we all thought that draft was one of the best.
Excellent. You steal J.K. Dobbins. I mean, good luck. Good luck with your 5 to 6, 7 with a young gun like Lamar Jackson in there with you.